Hi everyone, welcome. Before we start with the example, I wanted to talk about anions and cations to tell you which one's which, so you can learn which one's positive, which one's negative. Anions are negatively charged ions, and the way I learned it is by writing the word N dash ions, because the word negative starts with an N, so let me write it. Negative ion. So an anion is a negative ion, and it sounds similar, anions, anions. So there you go, pretty simple. Now for cations, and yes, it has to do with the cat. So let's pick red. I would split cat ions. Cats have paws. So cations are positive. I know it's silly, it might be funny, but it worked. It worked for me when I was in college. I never forgot. Well, I would forget, but I would think, okay, so cations, cat's eye paws, positive. There you go. Summary, anion, negative ion, cation, positive ion. Don't forget about the cat. Now let's work in our example. It says, find the products for the following reaction. This is nitric acid reacting with magnesium hydroxide. Strong acid, strong base. If you recall, let me pick black. If you recall from our lesson, now let's go purple. When you have an acid and a base, they react. The products are water plus a salt. The way to approach these kind of problems is simple, I believe. Let's pick black. The first thing is to write your molecules. Now, before I start, the coefficient of 2 refers to moles, and I understand that, I know that, but I'm going to use molecule, the word molecule, to make it simpler for you, okay? But remember, this coefficient is for moles. Now, that being said, we have nitric acid, we write H, leave a little space, NO3. We have two of them, so another H, another NO3, this is nitrate. Now remember, the H on the left means this hydrogen is ionizable. It can lose an electron. When that happens, it goes from being neutral to being positive because electrons have a negative charge. So H+, and this is a hydrogen ion. Since this molecule is neutral, that means nitrate has a negative charge and then another negative charge because I have two hydrogen ions, two nitrate ions. Very good. As you can see, they cancel each other out. That's why nitric acid is neutral. Now let's go for the next molecule. We have magnesium, only one. However, we have two hydroxides. Notice how next to parentheses we have a 2, this one over here, which indicates there is 2 of whatever is inside the parentheses. In this case, it would be hydroxide. So we have OH, OH. And hydroxide has a negative charge. Now, in order for magnesium hydroxide to be neutral, as it is, we need a charge that's going to balance the two negative charges. So we need two positive charges. Therefore, magnesium will have a charge of 2 plus. 2 plus, negative, negative, cancels, everything good. Now let's start with the water. It's just easier for me to start with the water. If you want to start with the salt, by all means, but I start with the water. We have H2O, and then from formation and dissociation in water, we have hydrogen ion plus hydroxide ion. So every time I have a hydrogen ion, I'm going to pair it with a hydroxide ion. I have hydrogen ion and then hydroxide ion, so that's one water molecule. I know it's mole, I'm gonna say molecule. And then I have another hydrogen ion and a hydroxide ion, so that would make two water, so 2H2O. Let's write it. 2H2O. I'm also gonna cross it out, so I already used it. I'm left with 2 nitrates and 1 magnesium. And that's good because magnesium has a charge of 2 plus, so I need a 2 minus charge. I have 1 minus, that is 2 minus, so I can combine them. Let's check to see if it'll be a salt. A salt is made of an anion from the acid, check, negative charge, and a cation from the base, check, positive. So we write plus Mg, now parentheses because we have 2 nitrate ions, so NO3 and 2, to indicate we have 2 nitrate ions. And there you go. Now we can write it, now let's use purple. For our answer, that would be 2H2O plus Mg and O3, 2. When you combine nitric acid plus magnesium hydroxide, you get water plus magnesium nitrate. There you go. The concept is you have an acid and a base. The products are water and salt. Start with the water, and whatever's left, combine it. Make sure your charges are balanced, and that should be your salt. That's it, guys. Very simple.